Welcome, folks, to our European Sports Edition, where we are covering in the offseason futures prospects of first and second round of the NFL draft. Offensive positions have been done. Will be the last actually of our offensive positions being done. We did quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends. Now we are doing offensive line, where we are going to combine all the tackles, guards, and centers together. And right here, what we are doing is we are picking the top prospects that will likely go in the first, second round. Offensive line is kind of difficult because it's more of an intangibles, I think, involved in how you pick these positions for your team. I might look at one player and think he's great. You might look at another player and think he's greater. And your team might look at it and say something else. There's not many clear cut, obvious going on with the line. If you've heard the name before, then likely they are exceptional. So I am grouping each video for the offensive line by twos because there was a few, and I feel it's a little bit all over the place on where these guys might go. So it was kind of hard to rank them, and that's fine. I think with this position group, it's like I said, one of those ones that's kind of tough to gauge. So we have today the only two guards that I have in this Emmanuel Pregnon. I don't know if we say Pregnon or Pregnon from Oregon, and I want to pronounce this guy's name properly. Oliver Vanga Yowane. Yowane, yeah. It's, I kind of struggle with these Polynesian and Samoan names. So we have these two guys we're going to go over. We're going to start with Emmanuel from Oregon. He's 6'4", 314. He's a guard. I'm just gonna put his video up here real quick. Now, when you watch him play here, you'll see that for a guard, he moves pretty well. Stays low. Of course, as a guard, you have I say for a guard, but he gets downfield really well. He stays with his blocks really well. He adjusts to plays really quickly. As far as I think here, he do it here? Might have been a previous clip where you'll see that on a pass play, he was able to pick up um, the inside guy and not stay open when he was covering space. So those type of adjustments, really good. His hands, he's great with blocking with his hands, which we know is important because if you watch, he sticks with his blocks when the blocks are going left, right, and the other way. He's able to keep control of them on those run plays, which is extremely important. And he's obviously got a lot of power, a lot of strength to keep with his blocks, and he plays really aggressively, which again, like I like. Just same thing I said about Blake Miller from Clemson at tackle. I like those type of things. Play into the whistle, get the guy to the ground, just keep going, and he's really solid at playing. I mean, if I had to nitpick, his feet could be quicker for the guard position. He does keep his feet moving, but if you were to go out, he has a hard time adjusting to get to quicker feet on the outside. But as far as agility, but that stuff again you can work on. I feel like is it as necessary in the at the next level and and get better at but overall the dude is a moving wall. Now we have players like I mentioned previously that are like walls, and they stand there and they can move their feet, but they're a little bit slower. But this guy is like a wall with legs. He stays low, he stays with his blocks really really well. He uses his hands to stay with his block wells, like I mentioned before. Keeps his legs moving. Again, the only problem might be a little bit of agility. Again, that's nitpicking. I think he's solid. I think and he's in being a little bit bigger at the guard position helps out well with the maybe a slower tackle and double teams if necessary as well. But with him and the way he plays, he can do well on both positions. I mean both types of running play and passing play. So I think if your team's looking for a guard, and I don't know if he's ever played center, but if your team's looking for a guard, he's definitely an option to have and a way to go. If you need power on the inside and you got an inside runners and you don't have a fullback, I think he'd be good for those type of plays, those off center trap type of style plays. I think he would do really well with, and like I said, continuing to block downfield and those goal line plays as well. So I think he's a real good asset to have in those type of positions for the running game, for sure, and obviously the passing game. So let's move on to our next guard, and so I can mispronounce his name again. Let me get here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. They call him Vega from Penn State, but Vega, Oliver Vega, Ioane. All right. Let's. So hopefully I don't butcher this poor gentleman's name. If you might be familiar with, if you don't watch Penn State or Big Ten or anything like that, you might not be familiar. You might be familiar though with a video of him. There was I don't know. He was a sideline kid who was, probably an intern, trying to push through the up the tunnel a basket, one of those equipment baskets or towel baskets or laundry bins on wheels, and he was having a hard time pushing it up the hill, and the fans were making fun of him, and he just came up behind him and helped him push it up the hill. And you might be familiar with that video, you might not, but that tells you the type of person he is, and which is often common with Lyman. I will say a little bit biased as being a bigger guy myself, but this kid, he is thick. He's a big boy. He's big. He's strong. He's got great leverage with his hips and lower body. His hand skills are also fantastic. Um, where is he here? 71. We're looking for. And he sticks with his blocks. He's got a really strong base. Can hold it there like unpassing, like you watching here on the replay. And holds like a master is what you want in a lineman that can hold and also make holes if necessary, or force. Let's see, where is he here? There you go. Saying he's trapping. Boom, right there outside. So he can move his leg. He's quick for a guy his size. Forgot to put his stats out there. He's 6'4", 320. Um, again, one of those guards that's like a wall. You might need to get a little bit on the mobility scale and work on some more agility things again. I might probably nitpicky, but for a guard, you got to move a little bit better. Just like I don't know, Emmanuel as well. So I mean, again, another solid. I think it's another solid guy. He could have himself a good 10, 12 longer career, staying healthy, and great for running. Again, he's a wall with legs. Um, and he moves side to side really, really well too, which is good because with the hand control that he has and being able to move side to side the way he does, it does help him with the athletic D end or even an athletic tackle. And like I said, he has the strength. He might stay a little bit high on his blocks. Again, nitpicking there, stuff you can learn on the next level. Bad to say anything, but um, I mean, for the most part, again, another solid guard. I think there's only, like I said, I'm only covering two guards in this draft. Those are like positions you might hear about in the later rounds and whatever else, but these guys are more exceptional. So, which is why I'm covering them. So again, there's not much to say about linemen, to be honest with you, what you're looking for, but you want guys who can sit there, who can do well, obviously in the passing, in the game, in the run game, and especially in spots where you're on the short field, excuse me, short distance, down and distance. My lord, it's too early in the morning for me. On short down and distance to be able to get that extra leverage to get to the next level, to get the 1 or 2 yards that are necessary for a first down. And at the same time can pull, can block when on the outside when necessary, and can keep that hole open for that split second for your running back to get through. So again, if he can just work on his feet a little bit, and be a little bit more athletic in that manner, then he's going to be a solid guy. So, but that's what we have covered for guards on the offensive line, folks. Real quick and brief. If you like, you can take a look at our other videos that we covered. Couple quarterbacks, couple running backs, couple wide receivers, couple of tight ends, and we got the O line here. So we're gonna be counting. See how many do I have in this position here? Let's see. Those two. Then I have one. I have two more videos to cover for tackles as well. So if you want to check those out, please do. And until next time, folks. Thank you for watching, and see you later.